Player of the Week winners. We start with another guy you're going to hear about big time in the SEC. Trey Williams, running back out of Spring Decaney. He helped lead Decaney to Spring ISD's first state championship in just the school's fourth year. Trey is a two-time winner of the Player of the Week. He won as a sophomore, and in week number 2, 31 carries, 229 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and Aldine Nimitz, considered the greatest Class 5A runner in state history. He passed Cedric Benson in many rushing categories. He's committed to Texas A&M. He is a 3-time All-District outfielder, has a healthy 3.1 GPA. His offseason included work at a youth camp and a true leader in the state title trophy run, led the Wildcats in pregame prayers all the way along the line. Congratulations to Trey. Just wanted to make sure Coach Amendola, he's okay from the golf cart incident here at Cowboy State.
Yeah, he's pretty good. You don't have a lot of time.
I don't know if you guys saw that. His coach was taken out by a runaway golf cart at Cowboy Stadium, the most bizarre thing. And thank goodness everybody was okay. He was on there riding that and he bailed out. It's kind of funny, wasn't it? All right, moving on. Alec Morris, quarterback out of Allen High School. He looks like he's ready for the NFL right now. He's 6'4", 235 pounds. He's part of Alabama's #1 recruiting class. Against a tough Longview defense, the pro-style quarterback threw for 365 yards and 5 touchdowns in an incredible 42-34 win on the road against the state finalists. He accounted for all 6 scores and had the Allen Eagles ranked #1 for most of the regular season, unbeaten. Has a nifty 3.7 GPA, plays basketball, involved with the Reading with the Eagles program, which helps elementary kids. By the way, he scared the heck out of everybody in Allen because every game he would wait until the fourth quarter when they were down by 14 points to rally for 21 points and win with all those victories. Congratulations, Allen. Moving on to Kevin Ledesma, quarterback out of the pride of Harlingen High down in the Valley. What a run in the Valley by the Cardinal. Thanks to Kevin, he threw for 4 touchdowns, including a 23-yard game winner to Charlie Powers in the second overtime to beat perennial power Abilene. Ledesma finished with 467 total yards, and his talents don't end on the gridiron. He hit 600 on the baseball team as a shortstop. He also pitches, carries a straight A average, ranks in the top 15 of his class. He's an FCA member and a highly sought-after spokesman at all of the Harlingen pep rallies. Congratulations to Kevin. That's saying something because a lot of people don't think the Valley guys can get past the bigger schools, so to beat a powerhouse like that, pretty darn impressive. Our next candidate, Varion Hertz of Channelview. After a 1-9 season in 2010, Mr. Hertz made the opposition hurt. That's right, he led the Falcons to a 4-1 start at the midway point. The coach's son lit up the scoreboard like a Christmas tree. In a 51-43 win over Pasadena Dobie, he threw for 536 yards and 5 touchdowns, rallying from a 14-point deficit. He's just as effective in the classroom, a sparkling 3.62 GPA, top 20% of his class. He plays baseball, active with the Lighthouse Baptist Church in Houston. He volunteers with PALS to help elementary kids. His dad says it's not easy to play under him because he's tough on his kid, and all that coaching has paid off. And our next candidate, Joel Kimpella of Euless Trinity. The only thing that can stop this kid is the weather. After a 2-hour lightning delay, Joel went to work on LD Bell here in the DF Dub. He ran for 265 yards and a season-high 307 yards in the second half. 3 touchdowns, helping the defending champs off to a 6-0 start. He's also a sprinter on the track team. He's an ardent member of the FCA on Trinity's Unity Council at the state's most diverse school. And I don't know if you know about Euless Trinity, but they have over 25 nationalities that are represented on that campus. He's a smart kid, taking his talents to Georgetown in the nation's capital. Steve Lineweaver says he inspires his teammates and always gives that extra effort. I used to like him. I'm a Syracuse guy. It's really hard to like a Georgetown guy, but he's a good kid. Moving on, Zach Sanchez, a wide receiver from Keller Central. Inspired by the lightning bolt on his helmet in week number 6, Sanchez led a charge to upset state finalist Dayton Geyer 21-14, scoring on touchdowns of 81 and 66 yards. He also had the game-clinching pick six that went 85 yards. It was one of the most dominating performances on both sides of the ball. Known for his 4.3 speed, he'll be taking his act to Norman and play at Oklahoma in that highly touted receiver class. 3 of their top 4 receivers at Oklahoma he's amongst them to replace the great Ryan Broyles, and I think he's standing alone with those guys. He's a standout jumper and a sprinter in track and field. He spearheads the Chargers Readers program. His coach says he's one of the most competitive kids you'll ever meet. Our next candidate, Brian Buell of Dallas Jesuit. When starting quarterback Jack Brissett went down with a broken leg, Brian stepped in and had a game of the ages here, completing 23 passes for 427 yards and 8 touchdowns, tying an all-time state record, which fell later that night in Fort Worth. Double B engineered a 62-30 win over Richardson. He's also a regional qualifier in the pole vault. He's a B-plus student. He's a big brother and big brother's big sisters, mentors freshmen, active in the Buddy Walk, raising money for the Down Syndrome Fund. Coach Hickman said he waited patiently for 4 years to get his chance, and he made the most of it. Our next man out of Abilene Cooper, Clayton Nicholas, a future Texas Tech Red Raider. He has the numbers that'll fit in very nicely on the South Plains. In 2 seasons, he racked up 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. In a playoff-clinching week, he dismantled Odessa 42-14. It was vintage Clayton. He accounted for 4 touchdowns and 317 yards. He's all-district in football and baseball. He maintains a B-plus average while also finding time to be on the student council and FCA. Going to be fun to watch him in the Big 12. We also wanted to give a shout out to Caleb Jones, who's going to be going to the University of Texas out of Austin High, not able to make it tonight. He's a stud receiver. We featured him every single week on High School Scoreboard Live. Big round of applause for Caleb Jones. You can hear a lot about him. And the Class 5A winner of the Built For Tough Player of the Year is Trey Williams of Spring Decaney. 4 years ago, Decaney was 0-9 in its first year. Trey took them to the promised land and the Class 5A state championship in 2011. He'll go down as the greatest 5A running back ever, surpassing the state's leader, Sid Benson, in every category. Trey ran for nearly 4,000 yards and 53 touchdowns, eye-popping numbers in his career, 8,500 yards, 104 scores, and nearly 10,000 all-purpose yards. He never missed a game in 3 years. I know Sean Lee would be proud of that. And carried the ball 904 times against the state's toughest competition. His signature moment was right here at the state title game when his helmet popped off, very Jason Witten-like, and he just kept on running all the way to 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, earning game MVP. Trey will now take his act to the SEC and Texas A&M.
Now, I'm kind of cheating here because I met this guy and his family about 3 years ago. And the one thing I'm always impressed, every time I was at Decaney, he always comes up and introduces himself like I don't know who he is. So he had a great career, won a state title, broke a bunch of records, played in the Army All-Star game. Looking back, what's your favorite memories from high school?
My favorite memory from high school is just enjoying the moments with my team. We won a championship, and I got to experience that celebration. It's nothing like.
Okay, and what about off the field? What kind of things do you do off the field, and what do you like best?
Well, read to the children and feed the children. Gotta feed the children and just helping those youngsters out that that don't really have a father figure.
Okay. Now Decaney is a relatively new school. You guys had varsity football for how many years?
3.
3. So this is quite an accomplishment to win a state title. 3. What kind of things did you and your teammates do to establish tradition there?
Just maintain it, to be focused. We were more hungry for it. A lot of people was down in us, and I just told them to keep their heads up. Keep pushing because it's gonna come. And next thing you know, there it was. Here we are. Got a state ring. So Can't wait to get one.
Okay, Trey Williams, congratulations.
And a big round of applause for all of the guys that are here. We really appreciate you guys coming out. Just a great, great day. I want to bring Peter Christopher up from Ford, and we got some other goodies we want to give away, don't we, Peter?
We do. All right, thank you very much. Great group of guys. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a big night. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. We're very proud to be involved with this program. The first thing I think we need to do is thank Rick and Randy. They did a tremendous job. And you may have noticed on your table that there's that centerpiece. It's signed by our owner, Jerry Jones, and the head coach. We're now going to take a little drawing here, and we're going to give those away. So we're going to have Phil Podgorny and Doug Gilmore assist us, and we'll just probably start with, I see Doug's got one in hand right there, so there is a, somewhere there's a bag here with all the names in it, all the players' names right here.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I think Jason Garrett's on there too.
Jason Garrett is on that helmet, so this is pretty cool. First helmet